Hello, growers. Looking to turn your homestead into a profitable business? Or are you a farmer looking to boost your sales? Check out my book, Sell Everything You Grow. This book is the ultimate guide to choosing the right farm business model that fits your farm, time, and location. Discover which model has the highest profit margins and why diversification is so important. Whether you're selling apples, vegetables, or microgreens, Sell Everything You Grow will help you find your first market or expand into new ones. Get Sell Everything You Grow on Amazon and start selling more today. When you have organic matter in the soil next to clay, are they only interacting at those cation exchange points, or is there something else happening? Is that clay providing some sort of additional benefit to that organic matter?
Oh, clays and organic matter definitely interact. Did a lot of electron microscopy trying to understand how the microstructure of where the organic matter is, where the clay particles are, where the sand particles are, how they interact. The clay can, for example, protect the organic matter from being decomposed. So I mentioned earlier about putting manure on a sand and how rapidly that manure is completely, the word we use is mineralized, turned into carbon dioxide and to nutrients, and the nutrients are leached away, and the effect of the manure is gone, and there's virtually nothing left to tell you ever put it there. But in that loamy soil or soil that has higher clay in it, that manure carbon gets more effectively integrated into the humic materials and will persist for a longer period of time. Clay is slowing down the rate at which it is decomposed. We don't know all the reasons why this occurs. Some of it is related to water and aeration. Some of it may be physical, like clay acting like a shield to keep the microbe from getting to the humic substance. Some of it may also be different elements like aluminum and silicon that are being bound up inside the humic material and making it more difficult for microbes to eat it. Think about it for a moment. If you had a nice a bowl of oatmeal and you're eating it, right? That'd be pretty good. But if I put sand in that oatmeal and you try to eat it, it'd be a tough chew. All right, now think about it. I've got humic materials, and if I put a bunch of silicon and aluminum and iron in there, it's going to be more difficult for microbes to eat it, okay? So there's a lot of things going on, processes, physical, chemical process that influence the biology that's going on in the soil. And those interactions are what build soil quality.
Is that changing dynamically? Meaning, if we looked at that soil under a microscope today, and then we came back 2 years later, might we see maybe the clay around the organic matter now, but 2 years from now, we might not be able to find that? Could that change over time based upon whatever's happening environmentally?
It is certainly dynamic. If you go out to a natural soil, I don't care, the sod in your yard, I don't know, wherever you want to go, you are constantly mineralizing the soil organic matter. Okay, so that means it's being consumed by microbes, and they're turning it into carbon dioxide, which is going off to the atmosphere. They're releasing the nitrogen that's part of the amino groups, for example, that are peptides that are bound up in the humic material. And that nitrogen is going through various cycles and being taken up by plants or being used as to build new soil microbe bodies, new organisms, right? It's constantly being recycled. But there's also a living biomass there, the grass, the sod. And you've got roots that are growing, and you've got leaves that are being added to that constantly. So you're losing some, but you're adding some at the same time. Now, conceptually, you approach what we might call, it's not true equilibrium, it'd be more like a steady state is be the terminology we'd use, where the amount coming in and the amount going out roughly in balance. If, however, I left the soil fallow, I made sure there were no plants growing on it for 10 years, I might start out with a soil organic matter of, I don't know, let's say 3%, okay? 3% by mass in my surface horizon is organic matter. I feel pretty good about a soil like that. 10 years later, and I'm just making up this number, but it might be down to 1.5%. You've lost a lot unless you've got something being added in. If you kept it fallow for that 10 years, you could lose a lot, okay? Because all that would be happening is the microbes would be chewing up the humic materials. You'd be emitting the CO2, but if you're not adding something back in, you're not maintaining the system. You are degrading it, you're mining it. This has been one of the big problems with row crop agriculture, is that we do add crop residues and roots, but we don't add enough often to maintain the soil quality. Here in central Iowa, back 200 years ago, this was prairie. We had this massive prairie ecosystem with these massive root systems, and sure, the buffalo came through every now and then, prairie fires came through every now and then, but year after year, we were putting carbon into the soil, and of course, carbon was being mineralized and leaving the soil as CO2, but you had oftentimes 6-8% organic carbon in that soil. Beautiful, rich, black, loamy soils. Then we came in and we plowed up the prairie and we grew a crop that added only a small amount of residue every year. And we've lost at least half, maybe 2/3 of the organic matter that was in these prairie soils in the last 200 years of cultivation. Even though we've been plowing down the crop residues, we've been still losing ground, been losing organic matter. And with that loss, we lose intrinsic fertility. Not always. Not every farm is the same way. Farmers that have a good rotation, for example, put the alfalfa in there periodically. You could take this thing back uphill. But on average, across much of the Midwest, areas that had 6% organic carbon now have 2%.
Hello, growers. Protect your crops from harmful insects with Modern Growers Insectanet. This top-tier insect netting made by Modern Grower shields your plants from pests and harsh weather, boosting your yields without harmful sprays. Insectanet's unique design allows 90% of the light to pass through and is easy to use with low tunnel systems like our Quick Hoops. It's soft, elastic, and durable, perfect for field use to help ensure that your crops thrive. Say goodbye to pest damage and hello to healthier, market-ready produce. Invest in Insectanet and see the difference it makes. Get Insectanet at shop.moderngrower.co or using the link below.